Switch 2 was announced, and you know what that means. Every time a new Nintendo console is announced, that means that Smash Bros. Leaks will follow, because people, including me, cannot wait a second after the new console launches to get a new Smash Bros. Game. So if you don't know by now, leaks about Smash 6 are coming out left and right. There's one in particular that was released and got covered by YouTubers all over the place, as well as gaming news outlets. So it's getting some traction. But is it actually believable? Do I actually think that this leak holds any ground or has any legs? That's a good question. Thank you for asking. I'm going to answer that question right now. Is the Smash Bros. 6 leak actually real? So let's take a look at the leak. It says the working title is Smash Bros. 6. Okay. It says it's currently slated for a summer 2026 release date. I think that's pretty feasible. It's pretty possible. Usually Smash Bros. Games are at least revealed about a year after the console launches or is announced. So I think that makes a lot of sense. I think we definitely won't get a Smash game this year. But I think getting a Smash game next year, it makes a lot of sense. This to me is probably the most surprising part of the leak, and that is that every single character from Ultimate is back. Yes, even the hard to get third-party characters like Sora, like Steve from Minecraft, they're all back. So how likely do I think that is? I don't think it's likely, but it goes on to say in this leak here that Sakurai wanted to make some cuts, but Bandai Namco and Nintendo didn't want that to happen. Do I think that Smash Bros. Getting a new game and keeping every single character from the last game is unrealistic? Yes. Do I think that Sakurai wanting to cut characters and Nintendo being like, no, keep all the characters, do I think that's likely? Absolutely. That's a Nintendo move right there. Saying that, oh, this game is a big hit is probably because of the characters, not because of the well-designed game. Let's just make sure we get everybody back and buying this new Smash Bros. Game because it has every character and there's no cuts at all. So it will be even bigger than the last game. I think if they do this, I'm not going to complain. I like characters, but I think it's a mistake. Mainly because the Switch 2 is backwards compatible. People want to play a Smash Bros. Game with all these characters in it. They can do that, and they can do that on the Switch 2 with Smash Ultimate. So you have a opportunity here to do a Smash Bros. Game that's different, or maybe a reset of the franchise, because you have the best Smash Bros. Game of all time still playable on your new console. So I think if Nintendo decides to do this, I think that's a big mistake. But again, if we get every character back, I'm not going to complain. Characters are cool, but I think they have a chance to do something here. It says next in the leak that some characters have had big moveset changes, such as Link having moves from Tears of the Kingdom, and Samus having moves from Metroid Dread. Some characters like Ganondorf and Ken and Ryu have also been redesigned to fit their more modern appearances. Now, this is something that Smash does quite a lot, especially with Zelda characters. They will update their designs to more reflect their most recent games. So I could see the redesign thing happening. As far as the movesets go, I think this is something that should have happened a while ago. I think characters like Link and Zelda should have got updated movesets a long time ago, so it's good to see that that's a possibility in this next game. Hopefully that's for a lot of older characters, especially characters introduced in 64 and Melee. That would be a huge benefit if they do end up bringing back every single character. At least it's not like, okay, here are the characters and just here's some new characters. Instead, it's like, oh, here's some old characters that we've updated in various ways, and some new characters, so you feel like you're getting a whole lot of new characters and not just the newcomers we get. You're also seeing some fully realized potential of older characters from previous games. It also says that Donkey Kong has his movies design, and that would line up with what we saw in the Mario Kart reveal from the Switch 2 trailer. That might give this a little bit more credibility, but it could also be somebody saw the Mario Kart reveal and was like, oh, well, this might make it look a little bit more official. So I don't know, it could be either one. Says the art style is pretty similar to Ultimate with some updated changes. I think it makes sense. I think if you have a game as successful and as massive as Ultimate, then you want to build off that. So even reusing the engine from the last game, it makes a lot of sense. And Ultimate already looks really good, so you don't have to do a whole lot to improve it. The stage count has been reduced to 50 to 55 stages. I think if this is true, this is a good call. I think there's a lot of stages in Smash Ultimate, and I feel like I only end up playing like probably 20 with, you know, hazards turned off, and the rest I just do Omega and Battlefield forms. It also gives them more development time to focus on other things, like this leak goes on to talk about. It says they want to focus on other things like bringing back trophies. Trophies were definitely missed in Smash Ultimate. Spirits were cool and they were fun, and we got a whole bunch of them. I kind of missed in Ultimate going back and looking at all the trophies I collected, and they're full 3D models, and you can look at them and it gives a little description of the character or the item or whatever it is from whatever series it's from, and it's a cool little piece of video game history. I feel like that was kind of lost with the Spirit PNGs and Smash Ultimate, so it'd be cool to see that back. It says that trophies are back and have detailed descriptions, and you can get them from playing mission mode and arcade mode and stuff. That's cool. It's kind of how they functioned before, so it's not a huge surprise that that'd be the case. I wonder exactly what they mean by mission mode and arcade mode. Hopefully arcade mode means classic mode. This right here is probably the biggest part of this whole leak. It says adventure mode is like Ultimate Spirit mode with the world map, but it's also like Brawl's Subspace Emissary with character interacting cutscenes. It also says there's over an hour of cutscenes just like Smash Bros. Brawl. And while all this sounds cool, this kind of makes me think that this whole leak is not true at all. I would love for this next Smash Bros. Game to have a story mode similar to Subspace's, but I don't think that Nintendo or Sakurai is going to do that. First of all, there's 80 plus characters in this game. If every character comes back, you're going to have roughly 100 characters with all the newcomers added in. So how the hell are you going to manage a mode like Subspace with 100 characters? Subspace barely did that with the limited roster size they had. So how are you going to be able to manage that with this many characters? You need freaking Joe and Anthony Russo to get on this and direct it for it to make any sense. That's a whole bunch of characters to manage. I don't know if that's possible with a story mode the size of Subspace. I hope it's possible. I hope it happens, and I would love to see it, but I don't think that's going to happen. Also, I don't think since every character is coming back that would happen. Just being honest with you here. So I think this point in the leak kind of makes me think it's not real. If it is and I'm wrong, joke's on me. Oh no, I get to play a Subspace style mode with 100 characters. That would be sick. But I'm pretty sure it's wrong, and I'm pretty sure this is just a way to be like, well, this is epic. This is like everything I want in a Smash Bros. Game. This is like what every Smash fan wants. But I don't think it's something we're gonna get. Now on to the newcomers of this Smash Bros. Game. First up is Waluigi. Never mind. I think it's totally gonna happen. I think this leak's real. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to me. No, I'm just kidding. But Waluigi being in the next Smash Bros. Game makes a lot of sense to me as a Waluigi fan. It also makes sense that he was the first character listed on this leak, implying that he would be the first revealed, which is something I predicted a while ago, and I fully believe if he's getting in, he's going to be the first character revealed. But it also is a very popular fan request, and it's something Nintendo has just not wanted to do. Sakurai and Nintendo famously don't like Waluigi that much, so I don't know if they're going to listen to the fans, but I would love to be proven wrong. Toon Zelda, that's also a very interesting pick. I think the timing of it makes a lot of sense. Obviously, Toon Zelda was famously cut for Brawl, but in this game, I think she makes a lot more sense. Zelda was a main playable character in Echoes of Wisdom. She was the main playable character, and that is something that's never happened before. So it makes sense for her to get a Toon Zelda with a whole brand new moveset showing off what she can do in that game. Noah and Mio, I predicted they'd be in this game as well. I think I picked just Mio. Having both of them is interesting as well. I don't know how much that makes sense. I don't play Xenoblade, but them being together is interesting. I wonder if they'd want to do that again, since they just had a new character not too long ago that also has two characters in one. So I don't know if they'd want to do another version of that. I think it'd make sense for just Mio or just Noah to get in. So that's another notch in the column of me believing that this is a fake leak. I'm not going to try to pronounce those names. I'm going to get it wrong and offend somebody. So, new Pokemon. Sure, it's going to happen in a Smash Bros. Game. Makes sense to me. I don't really have a preference of who it could be. So, just any Pokemon base game makes a lot of sense. Soul Bad Guy is somebody I know nothing about. Soul Bad Guy. I know he's a fighting game character. So yeah, I think it makes sense. I think traditionally fighting game characters have been saved for DLC. So it's interesting that he's in the base game. But I don't know enough about Soul Bad Guy to know if that's a good choice or not. I have no idea. Crash Bandicoot, kind of our main third-party character for the base roster of this league. Makes a lot of sense. I think he is probably the next third-party character in line to get in Smash, so I think he makes a lot of sense. I'm surprised he wasn't saved for DLC, but he's in the base roster and he's in the game according to this leak. I think him as a character choice makes a lot of sense. This is also very interesting. Paper Mario is a newcomer and is a free like throw-in character like Piranha Plant was. That's interesting to me, mainly because this list of newcomers is pretty small, and to have 2 Mario characters in that list is very interesting to me. I don't think that makes sense to me. I think if they had 2 Mario characters, they'd probably space them out a little bit more. Maybe Paper Mario or Waluigi 1 would be DLC. So I don't know how I feel about that. I would love to see that. I would love to see Paper Mario as a free throw-in character. I think it's interesting. I think he would have just been in the base game or pushed to DLC. Overall, if this leak is true, that would be sick. Because along with the characters we get updated characters, and also definitely gonna get DLC, and we'd get a subspace story mode, and that would be sick. The thing is, I don't think this is a real leak. I don't think this makes sense to me. First of all, there's a lack of Fire Emblem characters in the base roster. There's 2 Mario characters out of the like 7 we got. Yeah, out of the 7 newcomers we're supposed to get, we get 2 Mario characters, 1 Pokemon character. I don't know. I don't buy it. I think the fact is that this league is just too ambitious. I think that having every single character back and also getting a subspace story mode with more than an hour's worth of cutscenes, and also getting character changes, and also getting one in newcomers like Crash Bandicoot and Waluigi, I think that's great, but I think that's too much. I feel like that wouldn't happen. And I feel like there's a lot less like Sakurai or Nintendo picks in the base game roster than I would expect. I feel like Soul Bad Guy doesn't really fit in there. I feel like having 2 Mario characters out of 7 is not believable to me. No Fire Emblem characters, which has been a staple forever. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I would love for this to be real, but also it's like the first leak of this whole leak cycle, and I doubt that the first one would be right on, dead on the money. Then again, the Switch 2 did get very, very leaked for a long time, and Luka just got traded to the Lakers. So anything is possible in this crazy world, and I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, come back to this video, go to the comments, and feel free to make fun of me. But yeah, this leak, do I think it's real? No. Do I want it to be real? Sure. I'd be happy to be wrong. I just don't think it's real. I'm sure we'll get plenty of leaks throughout this whole lead up to Smash Bros. 6 eventually getting revealed at some point. So if you want more leak coverage, let me know. If you want more, please let me know and I'll cover them. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're new and you like this video and you like Smash Bros. Content. Give it a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Lets me know you enjoyed it and want more. So please do that if you enjoyed. Okay guys, I will see you soon. Let me know down in the comments who your most wanted newcomer for Smash Bros. 6 is, and I will like my favorites. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.